Heavy is the head that has to manage all of this.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel.
We're now incentivized to buy what we already buy.
Fumbling through college had me building.
I also got some done on the other side.
And that was right around, I would say, May, maybe, right before renewing the lease for this property.
Welcome to the channel, Martha.
Thank you for having me here.
Oh, I was going to say, I am getting up there in age, I'll tell you what.
Bills paid by other people, life was never this good. I had to step back, knowing that it's...
Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to talk about Allstate stock. So yes, I told you all that I was looking at a stock to purchase, and I ended up actually purchasing Allstate stock finally. I told you I really wanted it to go down to about 180, 185, but we never really know what the market is going to do. We never know if it's going to go up and never come back down to that specific level again. And so when Allstate went down to 187, I decided to purchase again. Now, because of the brokerage that I use, I ended up getting the stock at right around $188.40. Immediately that same day, it closed at $190.40. So I'm sure if you Google Allstate stock today, it'll be within the 180s to the high 190s. So you get a real-time look at where I'm at with that new stock within my portfolio. Now, I've shown my portfolio plenty of times. I've shown you my individual stock market portfolio so many times. You can literally just look at some of my videos and see the companies that I hold. But Allstate is now 1% of my entire portfolio. So what does that mean? That means that although I believe in the company, I didn't really want to invest too much at what I would consider the high for Allstate. And so if it never goes down, that's okay. I'll just dollar cost average into the company. But if I ever see Allstate at like 160, 170, even $180, I might decide to bump that up to 4 or 5% and dump a lot of money in at that particular time while the stock is currently down and as I wait for it to come back up. So I do see Allstate as a stock that will break $200. And so it's imperative for me to get in now while I can start to reap some of the growth on top of the dividend payout that it's also going to bless me with. Now, I believe Allstate pays almost a 2% dividend. Let me go ahead and just pull up the stock real quick and see what their dividend payout is. So Allstate pays a 1.93% dividend, so almost 2%. Really, really good. So for example, the stock right now is showing at $190.57. A quarterly dividend payout for one share would be 92 cents, right? So that means every quarter, 4 times a year, you're getting 92 cents each, almost $4 every single year for owning one share at $190.57. For me, I get a added benefit because I bought it at $188.40. So again, the reason why I love dividend stocks so much is because you can buy low and then reap the benefit of a higher paying dividend yield, as well as still obtain some growth through the company just appreciating over time and having more value, right? And so I absolutely love when I buy a company low and then their dividend payout has increased due to the growth of the company itself. That is why I consider myself a growth dividend stock market investor. It's very long terminology, but I also do believe that it is one of the best ways to invest. Unless you're Warren Buffett and you can cut deals to get in equity at less than 20% of the stock price itself because you have billions of dollars in capital to deploy. Right? For the average person, we're going to have to get into the market by analyzing and saying, okay, this is what is going to be best for us at this time. I do see Allstate as a company that, again, will reach $200+. And so getting in while it was under 190 was the ideal situation for me. That doesn't mean that it's going to run up and be at 200 in 2024. All that means is that by 2025, I do foresee it getting to $200, bearing any bad news coming out. And so, to have a $10 or $12 gain on top of a 1.93% dividend payout is absolutely, absolutely beautiful to me. Let me also check on another insurance company and see if they have a stock. So State Farm also does have a stock that yields a dividend of, let's see, does State Farm have a dividend payout? So right now their stock is trading at $126.20. The reason why I wanted to look at State Farm is because I actually have State Farm insurance. So, it's obviously if you bank with a company, you should know what their dividend payout is. And so the last dividend payment was in December 20th of 2023, where the amount of $5.95 per share and a dividend yield of $1.82. So it looks like they do a semi-annual dividend payout, which means they only pay out their dividend twice a year. All right. Yeah, so if you did not enroll in State Farm by June 21st of 2024, you would not receive a dividend in December. But now if you enroll in this now, you're possibly going to receive a dividend payment in June. Do you want to wait that long for a dividend payout? It's completely up to you. I like my dividend payouts to be quarterly because it allows me to reinvest into other companies. But State Farm is basically saying, hey, we want to hold on to the money longer prior to paying you out because it's going to help us as a company. So it's really your discretion in whether or not you want to invest in a company that only pays you twice a year versus most companies paying you 4 times a year instead. Just looking at State Farm just as a comparison, in the last 6 months, they are up 9.73%. And for the year, they're up 22%. Over a 5-year period, they're up 51%. To me, that's not great. 51% in 5 years is not great to me. I typically look for companies that yield over 100% in 5-year periods. So if I'm looking at Allstate right now, over a 5-year period, they did 75.71%. So that's like 20% better than State Farm. In the last year, they did 68.42% growth. Anyone who bought Allstate this year is definitely loving themselves. In the last 6 months, they're up 10%. And the last month is up 2%. I mean, it just makes sense. All time, Allstate is up 1,231%. So, it is a company that I do believe you can hold for a long time to come. When insurance and inflation and things like that rise, of course, stocks like Allstate are also going to rise. But I do believe that once it hits 200, it will start to level off. Inflation will cool down. And, there won't be as much growth as it was in 2024. And so you can just expect to have less revenue moving forward. And so, this year was a great year for Allstate. Next year shouldn't be as good. And then, companies are still going to be looking to cut costs, maybe cut hours, cut labor, cut different things in order to just be on top of their game. So if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I post every single day at 8 a.m. daily on YouTube, Rumble, and Spotify for podcasters. And I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.